Hi, my name is Melina and I'm the host of this podcast, The Morning Talk with M. 2 days a week, I do these quick podcasts on random subjects that my listeners want to hear about or that I feel like sharing. Welcome to this week's episode Social Media is Not the Enemy. I am very grateful to have you listening to me today. If it's your first time on the show, thank you for joining the fam. Today, I'm going to talk about how social media had a positive impact on my life. Just to give you a bit of background, I started watching YouTube videos and having an Instagram account when I was in the beginning of my high school years, approximately. At the same time, I started to gain interest in fitness and training. To be honest, at first I had this interest because I wanted to lose weight to look a certain way, and this body that I wanted to have was the usual body that we see in movies and ads. So I started following and watching videos of fit girls and even fit boys as they are called, and I loved it. I fastly gained interest for training and nutrition, and I was listening more and more of these videos every day. Even if I followed these fitness gurus, I still chose the ones that looked the most true and honest. Also, the ones that I liked listening to more were the ones who had more muscle and a little bit more fat because they inspired me more as they were still natural and different, just like me. After a couple of months following all these beautiful people, I started to understand that beauty was not necessarily what the standard is for models or what we see on TV. The people that I followed on YouTube made videos all the time and they didn't always look their best. Sometimes they were sad, or sometimes they ate sugary foods because they felt like it and because they were out with friends, for example. So slowly I started to follow more of these people who had more attainable and normal lifestyles. Not the ones that were doing bikini competitions, but the ones who trained hard and still allowed themselves to enjoy a donut or a cookie in the evening. This made me realize how okay it was to enjoy food and to not restrict too much, only to look a certain way. These girls that I was following were all different, and I still found them all so beautiful, not only because of their bodies, but mostly because of their vibrant and charming personalities. Nonetheless, I still gave attention to how their bodies looked, and I started to find that muscular and strong bodies were beautiful, and that they were not masculine, as people tend to say. Not only did I learn to love stronger bodies, it also taught me to accept all bodies because I saw and understood how much everyone is different and how two people can have the same lifestyle and still look completely different. So that's it for my little background story. Now I'm bringing you back 3 to 4 years ago when I discovered CrossFit. I heard of that sport which sounded so interesting and cool, so I went to watch videos on it and I started to follow these badass CrossFit athletes, which, yes, are actually very jacked, but most importantly, they are so strong and healthy. As I got to know this sport and the big community around it, I started to see my body as a tool and as a power that I had. I wanted to be strong like these athletes that I saw, and I wanted to do these cool moves that they did. Fastly, I became better at it, and I was able to do some of the moves that they did, which made me feel so fierce and strong. From that moment, the image that I had of my body completely changed. I would be lying if I said that I don't have these bad days during which I don't like how I look, because we certainly all do. But there really was a switch in my brain which made me love and thank my body for what it was capable to do every day. I still followed all the fit girls and fit boys that I followed before, and with the popularity wave that body positivity had, they all started to share and talk about that, which taught me a lot. Mainly, it taught me how everyone is beautiful and how everyone should be equally accepted in our society. I did accept everyone before, but it made me realize even more how everyone is not always accepted and how people are making fun of them or they're saying unnecessary mean comments towards them. So now I will take you back 1 week ago during a conversation that I had with my parents. Briefly, I would like to start weightlifting as a new sport in addition to CrossFit. When I talked about it with my parents, their first reaction was, But these women all look masculine, they have so big muscles, and etc. This made me notice how much I care so little right now on appearances because I found this answer so foolish. Never did I think about how those girls look when thinking about starting this sport. Plus, I don't care if I gain more muscle mass because that would mean that I would be stronger than I am today, which would be a big win for me. Anyway, this also made me realize that I learned to accept more different and unique bodies on internet and on social media because my parents don't even have that mindset. Consequently, if I did not have the internet slash social media, I would not accept my body and accept everybody else's so much as I do now. To conclude, I hope that this enlightened you on how social media can be beneficial if you make good use of it by following and believing in people with great values and attitudes. I also hope that this made you feel like you are very beautiful as you are and that everyone is. Thank you for joining me this morning and see you soon.